Michael. My father sailed for Spain that Saturday. The last I saw of him was dancing down the lane in imitation of Fred Astaire, swinging his walking stick, Uncle Jack's ceremonial tricorn, at a jaunty angle over his left eye. When he got to the main road, he stopped and turned and with both hands blew a dozen theatrical kisses back to Mother and me. He was wounded in Barcelona. He fell off of his motorbike, so that for the rest of his life he walked with a limp. The limp wasn't disabling, but it put an end to his dancing days, and that really distressed him. Even the role of maimed veteran, which he loved, could never compensate for that. He visited us occasionally, perhaps once a year. Each time he was on the brink of a new career, and each time he proposed to Mother and promised me a new bike. Then the war came in 1939. His visits became more infrequent, and finally he stopped coming altogether. Sometime in the mid-50s, I got a letter from a tiny village in the south of Wales, a curt note from a young man of my own age, and also called Michael Evans. He'd found my name and address among the belongings of his father, Jerry Evans. He introduced himself as my half-brother, and he wanted me to know that Jerry Evans, the father we shared, had died peacefully in the family home the previous week. Throughout his final illness, he was nursed by his wife and his 3 grown children, who all lived and worked in the village. My mother never knew of that letter. I decided to tell her, decided not to, vacillated for years as my father would have done, and eventually, rightly or wrongly, kept the information to myself.